Well, y'all, who's ready to pick up 2026 right where we left off in 2025? Incredible contrast, polling falling apart for the Democrats, nightmare fuel issued on the daily because it might just turn out that their policies just plain suck. Man, I told you 2026 was going to be great. Everything I'm about to show you is going to be linked in the description box below. Guys, it's all falling apart if you're on Team Lefty. In the last 3 months of propaganda, while expensive, seem to not be holding very well, and you're going to enjoy every second of this. I almost guarantee it. Straight up Men's Warehouse style. All right, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. We have got to talk about this, and you can continue that conversation with me on X at Braden LOA. Let's just get right into this, because I've got some massive things to show you. First, I'm going to show you a devastating comparison. The contrast here is insane. And then I'm going to show you the outcome of that contrast and show you some real life scenarios where people aren't buying all the bullcrap. Wait for it. All right. So the first thing I want to hit on is where we're going into 2026. Now, Eric Dodry says this himself on his account. Let me read this for you real quick, and then I'll show you the segment he's referring to. Liberals are in panic mode over New Year's Eve because President Donald Trump's economy is preparing for a 2026 boom. Lower mortgage rates, 2.7% inflation, 4.3% GDP, record tax refunds coming, trade deficit plummets, and tariff revenues soar. Those are all very true facts, and we've been covering and highlighting them because the propaganda that you have been force-fed through a funnel is just that, propaganda. Let me show you this clip, and then I'll show you a damning contrast, and then the outcome of that contrast. I'm telling you, something's happening. Watch this.
0.18% 30-year fixed mortgage, that's down. 3% shelter inflation, 2.7% overall inflation, down a little bit, but the GDP number there, the last one, 4.3%, booming.
Yep. And this isn't even about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is imposing all the conservative principles around the economy that are applying. Very, very simple. You get the government out of the way and the free market will fix all the issues. When you manipulate the market as such, you get pretty bad outcomes for the population because voting and policies and elections have consequences. We lived through 4 and 5 years of absolute horse crap. 12 months, we're seeing complete and total reversion back to growth. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but it seems pretty straightforward. 4 and 5 years of crap, 1 year of not crap, with potential trajectory going into even better not crap after we've gotten rid of said crap. This is the contrast, guys. And I'm trying to make this entertaining, but it's real. Look, this is what happened in the Biden administration. Housing and urban development. Yep, that one got worse. HUD just found $5 billion in fraudulent payments in 2024 alone under Biden. Yeah, they didn't have guide rails. Translation in liberal speak. We didn't apply oversight because oversight is racist. $5.2 billion of inactive accounts, $77 million to deceased tenants. That was $5.2 billion, by the way. $150 million to non-existent social security numbers, $288 million to excessively high rent. You think that had anything to do with high pricing? Anything at all to do with artificially inflating the housing and rental markets? You think? And now in 1 year they figured this out and they've cut it off. Isn't that weird? I tell you, it is weird. The wonders never cease, which leads you to this right here, the big payoff. Listen, what they've told you on consistent, non-stop, full-on propaganda push from the media, the Democrats, and the pundits on X, that everyone hates Donald Trump. The Hispanics hate Donald Trump because he closed the border and he got rid of a lot of illegal immigration. Still more to come, 2.2 million so far in 12 months alone, by the way. And Hispanics have abandoned him. The coalition is dead. Republicans, MAGA is dead. Everything's dead. The youth vote has abandoned him. Everything's gone. Might as well go eat dirt. Well, I'm going to show you a little bit of a piercing of that armor right here. President Donald Trump's approval rating among Hispanics just surged plus 24 points since last month, now at 40% per Insider Advantage. And this is the important payoff here. That's almost identical to Trump's 2024 performance with Hispanics, which means the lies for a year straight failed. Yes, that's the whole point. His numbers with Hispanic support and the GOP's Hispanic support numbers have recovered to when he was elected. Does that sound like a blue wave, blue tsunami? Everything is over. You might as well stop caring about the country. Or does that sound like everything is actually hitting back into reality and all the propaganda and lies that you were being force-fed through said funnel are falling apart? Because lies cannot last forever. When people start feeling the economy changing, they will return back to the numbers that you're seeing right here. You think this is a coincidence that it coincides directly with when gas prices started to go down? Hello? They've been lying to you. They will continue lying to you, and I will continue calling them out and showing you what's really going on. I source everything in the description box. Like I told you, this is a hell of a way to start out 2026. Look, there's the actual polling. This is from Insider Advantage. It's an A-plus poll, okay? Donald Trump approval rating among Hispanics, November versus December. November, 2764. December, 4055. That is odd. Man, if I'm a lefty, I'm real pissed. I'm a little pissed. But I'm not as pissed until I see this one. This one right here, I'm going to show you, is the most key point. The youth vote. Y'all, come here. I want to give you some context if you're new to this, okay? And if you're not new to this, bear with me. It's important for everyone to be on the same page. The youth vote has always been a lock on the Democrats. Always. 1829. That is one of their core blocks, right? That's why they don't focus on convincing them. They focus on getting the vote out. Right? If you had to convince them, they wouldn't be one of their key blocks. So they constantly focus on getting the vote out on college campuses and all the youth vote. Well, it turns out, I've shown you multiple videos prior, that the youth vote is the new swing vote. That means it went away from a lock for the Democrats. So when they were sending all of these videos out and all these punditry accounts out and all of these different exposés on how Donald Trump has lost the youth vote, he's lost something that was theirs. You have to understand what this actually means. And the ultimate irony, right here, Trump approval poll, ages 18 to 29. Approve 44, disapprove 44. The last poll, last month, was disapprove plus 21. Again, insider advantage. What does all of this mean? Great question. Great question, amazing viewer. It means all the propaganda is falling apart the second that people start to feel positive impacts of Donald Trump's second term. That's what this means. Hispanics, the group that felt targeted and demonized because of his immigration policies, they're now back where they were during the election. The youth vote right here, ages 18 to 29, is a dead even. Y'all, it is, and this is the payoff right here. It is statistically impossible, come here, impossible for Democrats to win elections when the youth vote is at even. It's impossible because they don't have the male vote. Males despise them. They don't have the Republican vote. They don't really have the independent vote. They've lost the youth vote. The only vote that they have left are far lefty liberals, which is right around 31 to 32%, and liberal women. And those two groups overlap. I'm telling you, I've been telling you, we are on the precipice of complete and total annihilation of the Democrats' electoral chances because all the things are starting to pop, and we are going to highlight every single second of it. Guys, listen, if that was not a way to start out 2026, I don't know what is. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I will see you on the next video. I'm Braden. Later.